Drug Alternative Program is set up just like Everyday Living. These guys have their rehabilitation in a home in a middle-class neighborhood.
And you know, once they graduate, they needed something more. They needed more structure and more direction in continuing their lives on like Everyday Living. So we came up with the idea of the transition home, and that really was a tremendous help for them on their way to recovery.
Well, the transition home gave me a chance to continue on with with the discipline and structure that I needed in my life still. 12 to 18 months wasn't long enough yet because I was a drug addict for 20-something years, you know, so I needed more time behind me to get acclimated to society again.
The transition home provided me a place to go after I finished the program, so I didn't have to return and live under my parents' roof. It allowed me a chance to be a little bit independent. It also taught me how to be responsible, pay rent, pay bills, which I had never done before. And it gave me the opportunity to stay close to the program. You know, you live right across the street and you're able to go to worship, you're able to go to the groups without having to go a long distance, and just stay involved with the guys who are coming in behind me.
The transition home has provided me a place to live where I could look for work while I still work for the program, and until I could find a job and get my finances in order to where I could move on.
The transition home gave me an opportunity to stay with the program longer. It gave me an opportunity to take my time to find a job. It gave me time to extend my relationship with the Lord, get a better foundation, build my foundation. So yes, the transition home was really important in my recovery.
Transition has helped my relationship with the Lord because it provides a place where I'm around other Christians. Again, I'm close to the recovery homes. I'm able to go and have worship with them. I'm able to go to the morning worship sessions.
The transition home has helped me continue the process that I learned while I was in the program, of studying each morning, reading the Bible, praying, and plus I see these guys and I try to be the example to them, and you can't be an example unless you live it.
Had it not been for the transition home, you know, it's hard to say what could have happened. I do know that because of the transition home that I had this opportunity to stay focused in my life and the opportunity to look for a job. And you know, the Lord has blessed me tremendously through my time in the transition home because I had more time to stay focused on my Bible studies and being a role model with the clients.
Being a role model for the guys is important for them and for me, just so they can see that it does work. If you really apply yourself and you really want to do it and you need to go slow and take your time, then the transition house is a very important step in maintaining your recovery, and maintaining your sobriety, and maintaining your relationship with the Lord. And I hope the guys can see that from me, and they help me too, seeing them come behind me. So it's a really great advantage to the transition house.
Living there, you have to do your chores and you're held accountable for that. You have to get up every day and go to work, and you're held accountable for that too. You have to pay rent, you have bills to pay. And so, you know, it's based on everyday life, and it continues on after you complete the program.
When I came to Drug Alternative Program and saw the structure, the homes, how clean they were, how organized they were, I was really impressed.
Being able to be around good, positive people in a positive neighborhood and living in a clean, nice houses is just an added bonus. It makes this program better than any other.
After I've been in the transition home for 2.5 years, I got a job with Loma Linda, University and Medical Center in the landscape department. I've been able to save money. I have been able to give money back to this program for the transition house.
Because of the transition house, I have a life today. I have joy in my life. I have a beautiful Christian wife, and I have a job at Loma Linda University, and I have a relationship with God. And the transition house also helped me to do that too, because it gave me the time to spend with the Lord.
I graduated DAP in 2007. I went and was house manager of one of the recovery homes for a year, and then I went to the transition home for 2 years. And since then, because of the transition home, I was able to save money, and eventually I made a down payment and got myself a condo, and I've also been able to purchase 2 automobiles just from learning how to be responsible and being able to save money from the blessing of the transition home.
I graduated from DAP in 1999 and went into the transition home, and I lived there for a year and a half. The transition home really helped me out quite a bit because it gave me ample time to look for a decent job, which I acquired in September of 2000. I started working with a water utility company here in Grand Terrace, which was another blessing because I still see all the DAP clients as I go through my workday. And when I see them, I get uplifted to see where I was and where I am now and see what the Lord has done for me. Through my job with the Riverside Highland Water Company, I've been able to purchase a home, a car, and I'm excited to see what the Lord's going to do with the next phase of my life.
I'm happy to have this opportunity to thank the donors for their donations to allow me being part of this program and staying in this transition home.
I would like to take the time to thank the donors and the supporters of DAP for giving me the opportunity to have a transition house to live in, because I've been out there in other programs and this is a place that was pleasant to stay in, and without your support, it wouldn't have happened.
The transition home has to be one of the most important parts of my recovery, I think. And I'd like to thank all the donors who are responsible for that.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank the donors for their investment. They're not just investing in a house or in the program, you're investing in someone's life. And your blessing has really been an advantage for me and has really helped me in my life, and it will help the others coming behind me. So I just want to thank the donors for all that they do for DAP.